Hi everyone, I just wanted to let you know that trivia will begin in a few short minutes. We're going to start a little after 7 just in case there are any stragglers, but after that we can jump right into some details about the game tonight. Thanks. Alright, hello everybody. My name is Kathleen. I'm a librarian here at the Woodstock Public Library, and today we're going to be hosting tonight's online trivia. So from what I've heard, you guys are super excited about trivia. I'm super excited about trivia, so I'm really happy to be here. But before we jump into it, I want to cover some ground rules. So the biggest one is you can't look up any answers. Cheating, of course, is no fun. Not to mention, you get points for being right and answering quickly, so please keep that in mind. We'd rather you answer quickly than take your time and maybe cheat on a couple questions. We want some honest fun tonight. There's going to be a total of 60 questions. There's going to be 6 rounds of 10 questions each, and we're going to have 2 8-minute breaks every 2 rounds. I'll also let you know that there is a bit of a lag on the video for YouTube. It's about 5 seconds. So please keep this in mind and be sure to answer questions 5 seconds in advance in Kahoot if you're watching through the YouTube stream, just to be safe. We don't want you to miss out on answering any questions. We also encourage you to sign into your YouTube account and to comment if you're interested. Especially if you run into any technical difficulties, this can be really handy. And the final point I'm going to make is that, as I mentioned, you get points for being right, for answering quickly, and for answering correctly as many times in a row. So keep these rules in mind, and we're good to go. Let's get started. Alright, so our first round is holiday movies and television. So the movie Miracle on 34th Street is based on which real-life department store? Is it JCPenney, Hudson's Bay, Macy's, or Sears? Yes, and the correct answer was Macy's. So while scenes were shot on location at a real Macy's department store, Macy's refused to allow the film to use its name. So throughout the movie, they constantly referred to it as Kohl's instead. Oh, so Happy's taking the lead, followed by Sunshine and Allison. Next, how many characters does Tom Hanks voice in the movie The Polar Express? Is it 2, 3, 4, or 6? Yes, and the correct answer was 6, so very, very talented man. Oh, we've had a few changes, so it looks like Sunshine and Allison moved up the rankings. Next, name the television series that introduced us to the magical holiday of Festivus. Was it Friends, Seinfeld, Cheers, or The Drew Carey Show? And of course it was Seinfeld. So Festivus is celebrated on December 23rd, and the holiday includes the airing of grievances and feats of strength. So I want to let you know about the date because there's plenty of time to incorporate this into your festivities for this year. Oh, it looks like Sunshine has the highest answer streak of 3, so good job, Sunshine. Next, who narrated the classic 1966 television special, How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Was it Charlton Heston, Thurl Ravenscroft, Dr. Seuss, or Boris Karloff? that one was really tricky. So the correct answer was Boris Karloff. So Dr. Seuss had originally disputed this casting decision, thinking that his voice was going to be way too scary for a children's cartoon, but it turned out to be a perfect match. Oh, Sunshine now has a streak of 4 correct answers, so great job. And it looks like Reed Crofts has also moved up the rankings, so excellent work. Next is which Doctor Who made their debut in the show's 2005 festive special titled The Christmas Invasion? Was it Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, David Tennant, or Christopher Eccleston? And the correct answer was David Tennant. So David has since been voted Britain's favorite Doctor Who. Oh, and looks like Reedscroft also has a streak of 4 correct answers in a row. Next question. In the 1965 Charlie Brown Christmas special, how much does Lucy charge for psychiatric advice? Is it 25 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, or 50 cents? This one was a tough one, but it was 5 cents, and of course she charges it in advance. Oh, it looks like we got some changing in the rankings, so Reed Crofts has taken the lead with Estelle close behind, so it's still anybody's game. The next question, what is the highest grossing box office Christmas film of all time as of 2021? Was it the 2018 Grinch, the 1990 Home Alone, the 2004 Polar Express, or the 1992 Home Alone 2, Lost in New York? So this one was a really tricky one, but it was The Grinch from 2018. So the first Home Alone movie held this spot for years and was only just recently bumped out of its #1 spot. Oh, and it looks like Estelle now has the lead. Next, in the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the neighbors whose dog ate the Christmas turkey? Was it the Spucklers, the Bumpuses, the Gimbles, or the Oddbodies? And the correct answer was the Bumpuses. Oh, and it looks like Pickle Rick is shooting up the ranks there. And Estelle has a streak with 6 correct answers in a row, so excellent work. Next question. How many lights were on the Griswolds' house in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? Was it 25,000 lights, 50,000 lights, 75,000 lights, or 100,000 lights? And the correct answer was 25,000 lights. So there were 250 strands of lights with 100 bulbs per strand, making a grand total of 25,000 lights. And we have the last question of the category. What book did George receive as a gift from Clarence in the movie It's a Wonderful Life? Was it Oliver Twist, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Moby Dick, or Great Expectations? So this one was a really tricky one, but it was The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Oh, it looks like Sunshine moved up the ranks a little bit, and we also have K and K that have a streak of 3 correct answers in a row, so excellent work. So that was the final question of that category. Next we're going to be moving into holiday history and traditions. In which modern-day country was St. Nicholas born? Was it Turkey, Germany, Israel, or Iraq? And the correct answer was Turkey. So he was originally born in Patara sometime around 280 AD. And he was best remembered for dropping off 3 bags of gold coins for 3 poor sisters in the town they resided in. Oh, looks like Sunshine and Pickle Rick have both moved up the ranks. And again, K and K have the highest answer streak of 4. So again, excellent work. Next question, which country has a tradition of a witch dropping off gifts for children? Is it Finland, Italy, Ireland, or Austria? And the correct answer is Italy. So she's commonly referred to as La Befanda, which I did not know. Oh, it looks like Estelle is still in the lead. The next question, in what decade did NORAD start tracking Santa on Christmas Eve? Was it the 1950s, the 1960s, the 1970s, or the 1980s? And the correct answer is the 1950s. So specifically the year 1955 they started tracking Santa. So this tradition came about because a child interested in reaching out to Santa misdialed a telephone number and ended up reaching the Continental Air Defense Command's Operations Center instead, which is pretty crazy. The commander who answered the phone assured him that he was in fact Santa, and after more calls started coming in, NORAD decided that it was their duty to track Santa's location every Christmas Eve, and it's been a tradition ever since. Oh, and it looks like Cool Rick has a streak of 3 correct answers in a row. Next question. What was the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" originally titled? Was it "To All a Good Night," "St. Nicholas's Arrival," "A Visit from St. Nicholas," or "Christmas Night"? And the correct answer is "A Visit from St. Nicholas." Oh, and it looks like Allison is just shooting up the ranks. Next question. What year was Kwanzaa first celebrated? Was it 1956, 1966, 1978, or 1989? And the correct answer is 1966. Oh, and again, Pickle Rick is shooting up the ranks, with Estelle still in the lead and Sunshine in second. Next question. What does Swahili mean, or pardon me, what does Kwanzaa mean in Swahili? Does it mean family, collective work, first fruits of the harvest, or peas? And the correct answer is first fruits of the harvest. Oh, again, Allison and Pickle Rick are fighting for the number 3 spot. Next question. What English monarch established the Christmas tree tradition in Great Britain? Was it Elizabeth I, George II, Queen Victoria, or Henry VIII? And as many of you guessed, it was Queen Victoria. So England didn't start this tradition until the year 1848, when an engraving circulated of the royal family decorating the Christmas tree inside together. It didn't take long before other middle-class families started their own Christmas tree tradition. So everybody loved adopting royal trends at the time, and still continue to today. Next question. Name the animatronic cassette-playing bear that was popular for Christmas in the mid-80s. Was it Bingo Bear, Playskool Elfie, Smarty Bear, or Teddy Ruxpin? Oh, and all correct. Everybody got Teddy Ruxpin. So back in the 80s, it would have retailed for about $70, but today, if you have a mint condition, it goes for around $1,000, which is absolutely crazy. Oh, and it looks like Allison has the highest streak of 3 answers in a row, so excellent work. Which American city hosts annual dreidel competitions during Hanukkah? Is it Chicago, Los Angeles, Boston, or New York? And the correct answer was New York City. So this tradition started back in the year 2007. Oh, looks like a huge jump. So we had Allison, Captain Red Panda, and Happy move up the ranks. And it looks like K&K is best with an answer streak of 3. So you guys are all doing wonderful. And the final question, which Christmas tradition did servants in Victorian England popularize? Was it kissing under the mistletoe, making gingerbread houses, leaving milk and cookies out for Santa, or sending out Christmas cards? And the correct answer was kissing under the mistletoe. So excellent work, guys. It looks like Cat Queen has a streak with 3 correct answers in a row. So again, excellent work, everybody. So that was 20 questions. So for right now, we're going to be taking an 8-minute break. I'm going to set my timer on my phone. And at the 7-minute mark, I'll remind you guys that we're ready to go. And at the 8-minute mark, we'll jump right back into some more trivia. So we'll be back in 8 minutes. Hi everybody, just to let you know, we're going to be starting up in just another minute or two. Hi guys, so my timer just went off, which means that our break is over and we can jump right back into trivia. So we will be transitioning into some more categories. We had our first three categories as Christmas, so we're going to be having one more Christmas category, and then we're going to be merging into our more general trivia for you guys. But the next category that we're going to do is the spirit of the holidays. We're going to be doing some food and drink. So if everybody's ready, we can begin again. So the first question, what country is credited with the creation of eggnog? Is it France, Italy, England, or America? And the correct answer is England. So many culinary historians believe that eggnog originated from early medieval Britain, and it was this really hot, milky, ale-like drink. And today it's often spiked with spirits like whiskey and rum. So I think I much prefer the modern version. Oh, it looks like Estelle is still in the lead. Our next question. Which spirit is traditionally added to butter and served with Christmas pudding? Is it brandy, rum, whiskey, or bourbon? And the correct answer is brandy. It's also popularly used to flame a Christmas pudding depending on who you ask. So it looks like it was split pretty equally down the middle with brandy and rum as the top answers. Oh, and it looked like Captain Red Panda just shot up the ranks as well, so excellent work. So on to our next question. Pork can sometimes form a crust which takes its name from the wing of which insect? Is it a butterfly wing, a dragonfly wing, a bee wing, or a moth wing? And the correct answer was a bee's wing, so that one was really tricky. But when it forms that crust, it tends to look like a bee's wing. Oh, and again, it looks like Captain Red Panda came up to second place, just behind Estelle. Now on to the next question. What is another name for the warm, spiced red wine usually served at Christmas? Is it mulled wine, grog, mead, or punch? And the correct answer was mulled wine, so it looks like a huge percentage of you guys chose that one, so good job. Oh, and it looks looks like Jared has the highest answer streak of 3, so excellent work. Moving on to the next question. What do the chocolate coins we hand out around Christmas time symbolize? Is it wealth, commemorating St. Nicholas, showing money has no worth, or good health? And the correct answer was commemorating St. Nicholas. So as I mentioned in one of the earlier questions, he gave away quite a few coins to those 3 sisters that I had mentioned, and they inspired lots of deeds of giving during Christmas time. Oh, and again, it looks like Happy and K and K are moving up the ranks to 4th and 5th. Next, Lebkuchen is the German name for which festive treat? Is it peppermint, fruitcake, candy canes, or gingerbread? And the correct answer is gingerbread. So the picture did kind of give it away there, but that's what it means in German. So the next question, this one's a little tricky. Oh, but before we get into that, it looks like Captain Red Panda has shot up to #1 spot. So excellent work there. We also have Cat Queen. She's making a comeback with 3 in a row, so excellent work. So the next question, what is the name of the alcoholic cocktail first served in 1921 made of 2 parts champagne and 1 part orange juice? Is it Amerimosa, Buck's Fizz, Santa Gria, or Jingle Juice? So this one was really tricky. The correct answer was a Buck's Fizz. So this was a drink named after the London Bucks Club. And this drink was invented as an excuse to start drinking early. So it was first enjoyed back in 1921. And the mimosa was said to be created 4 years later in 1925 in Paris. So that was a bit of a trick question. We can move on to the next question. Name the following potato-based dish traditionally prepared to celebrate Hanukkah. Is it boxty, gambajajian, latkes, or ragan kar? And the correct answer was latkes. So all the other multiple choice options that were listed were other potato-based treats from around the world. Oh, and it looks like Captain Red Panda is still in the lead with Estelle and Allison not far behind. So it's still anybody's game at this point. So the next question, name the following Italian type of bread often enjoyed for Christmas and New Year. Is it a fruitcake, stollen, gugelhopf, or panettone? And you'll have to forgive me, I'm not pronouncing it very well. And the correct answer was, in fact, panettone. And now on to the final question for this category. And it's going to be a true and false. Oh, and before I get ahead of myself, it looks like Allison and Estelle have jumped to 1st and 2nd, putting Captain Red Panda in 3rd. So again, still anybody's game. You can see how close the scores are at this point. So the last question, for good luck, you should stir mincemeat anti-clockwise as per English tradition. So is this true or is this false? And the correct answer is false. So you should be stirring your mincemeat clockwise. So stirring counterclockwise will lead to bad luck and poor fortune in the coming years. So remember this when you're stirring your mincemeat this season. All right, so it looks like Allison is still in the lead, and Jared has the highest answer streak of 3. So now we're going to be jumping into the not so holiday categories. So we're going to be starting off with the collective terms of animals. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is, what do you refer to certain groups of animals? And I'm going to give some examples just so it makes a little bit more sense. So when you see a group of crows, it's referred to a murder of crows, or when you see a group of fish, it's called a school of fish. So I'm going to give you some animals, and you have to determine what you would call this group of animals. So the first question, what would you call a collective group of parrots? Would it be a pandemonium, a convocation, a parade, or a frenzy of parrots? And the correct answer is a pandemonium of parrots. Next is squirrels. So what would you call a group of squirrels? Would it be a hurry, a jitter, a scurry, or a flash? And the correct answer is a scurry of squirrels. It's kind of a tongue twister there. Next is a group of owls. So would it be a government of owls, a wisdom of owls, an enlightenment of owls, or a parliament of owls? And it is a parliament of owls. Oh, it looks like K and Reed Crofts have both moved up the ranks to take 4th and 5th. Next we're going to do geese. So what would you call a group of geese? Would it be an ogle, a collection, a gaggle, or a flock of geese? Oh, and the correct answer is gaggle. So it looks like a huge group of you guys picked the right answer there, so good job. Oh, and we had a change in the leaderboard. So we have Estelle in 1st place, Allison in 2nd, and K in 3rd. And we also have Reed Crofts. They have the highest answer streak of 3. So next is gorillas. Would it be a government, a band, a lounging, or a democracy? And the correct answer is a band of gorillas. Oh, and again, another change in the leaderboard. So K is now in 2nd place, with Reed Crofts in 4th. Next is jellyfish. So would it be a storm, a sting, a smack, or a pod of jellyfish? And the correct answer was a smack. Yeah, that one took me by surprise too. The next question is ferrets. So what would a group of ferrets be? Would it be a jumble, a conspiracy, a business, or a company? And the correct answer is a business of ferrets. Oh, another big jump. So now we have Allison and Captain Red Panda in second and third place. Next is hyenas. So would they be a cackle, a screech, a destruction, or a laughter of hyenas? Oh, we got 7 right. I got a cackle, so that was the right answer there. Oh, again, another jump. So we have Estelle in first, Captain Red Panda in second, and K in third, with Allison and Reed's Cross not far behind. Next is monkeys. So is it a barrel of monkeys, a commotion of monkeys, a business of monkeys, or a circus of monkeys? And the correct answer is a barrel of monkeys, so very fitting if anybody had the barrel of monkeys when they were younger. Oh, another jump, so it's K in second place now. And now we're on to the final question of this category, which is tigers. So would it be a stripe of tigers, an ambush of tigers, an attack of tigers, or an army of tigers? And the correct answer was an ambush. So that finishes up that category. It looks like everything stayed pretty much the same, but K is making a comeback with 3 in a row, which is awesome. You guys are doing incredible. So again, we're going to do another 8-minute break. I'm going to set my timer on my phone, and again, I'll let you know at the 1-minute mark when we're just about to start, and then we can jump back into it. And I just set my timer, so I'll see you again in 8 minutes. Hi guys, just letting you know that we're going to be starting up again in just another minute. Hi everyone, so my timer just went off, so we're going to jump into our last 2 rounds of trivia. So the first round we're going to do is space, and the last round that we're going to do is sports by numbers. So let's jump right into it. So who was the first Canadian woman to go to space? Was it Valentina Tereshkova, Julie Payette, Sally Ride, or Roberta Bonder? And the correct answer was Roberta Bonder, so she went into space in 1992. Oh, so it looks like Allison and Reed Crofts both jumped up to 3rd and 4th place there. Next question, which NASA space flight was the last manned mission to the moon? Was it Apollo 18, Apollo 11, Apollo 13, or Apollo 17? And the correct answer is Apollo 17, so they did their last mission in 1972. So it looks like K&K has the highest answer streak of 5. Our next question, what flavor of ice cream did Baskin-Robbins release in 1969 to commemorate America's landing on the moon? Was it chocolate chip cookie dough, lunar cheesecake, Milky Way vanilla, or Astronuts? And the correct answer was lunar cheesecake, but they all sound phenomenal. Oh, so it looks like Reed Crofts and Captain Red Panda both jumped up a little bit there. Next question, how long does it take the moon to pass through all its phases? Is it 20 days, 24 days, 29 days, or 31 days? And the correct answer there was 29 days. Oh, and Allison jumped up a little bit there. Next, we're going to jump into some stuff about planets. So, what was the smallest planet within our solar system? Is it Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or Mercury? And the correct answer there was Mercury, so it's just a little bit bigger than the Earth's moon. Oh, and it looks like Cat Tube just jumped up to 5th place there. Next question, what is the largest planet within our solar system? Is it Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, or Saturn? And wow, everybody got that one. It was Jupiter. So Jupiter is twice as massive as all the other planets combined. Awesome job, guys. And it looks like Sunshine has the highest answer streak of 3, so awesome work. Next question, what is the hottest planet within our solar system? Is it Mars, Jupiter, Venus, or Mercury? And the correct answer was Venus. So Venus has a constant balmy temperature of 864 Fahrenheit or 462 Celsius. Oh, and Estelle, it looks like she has a streak of 3 in a row. Our next question, who described Saturn's rings as the ears of a teacup after spotting the planet with their telescope? Was it Nicholas Copernicus, Galileo, Isaac Newton, or Henrietta Swan Leavitt? And the correct answer to that was Galileo. So he made this observation 400 years ago. And our last 2 questions are going to be true or false for this category. Oh, and it looks like Jared has the highest answer streak of 5. So our next question, sunsets on Mars appear green to the human eye. Is this true or false? And the correct answer was false. So sunsets on Mars actually appear blue to the human eye. So next time you're on Google Images, look up the sunsets on Mars. They're very beautiful. Well, it looks like Jared now has a streak of 6 correct answers in a row. And true or false, there are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way. Is this true or false? And the answer is surprisingly true. So there are 3 trillion trees on planet Earth and about 100 to 400 billion stars in the galaxy. Oh wow, and it looks like Jared shot up, so he got 7 correct answers in a row. So he's now in 3rd place with K and K in 2nd and Estelle in 1st. So you guys really know your astronomy. I'm super impressed. But now we're going to be moving into our last category, which is sports by numbers. So let's see how well you know your sports. So during which inning is Take Me Out to the Ball Game traditionally sung? Is it the 1st inning, the 3rd inning, the 7th inning, or the 9th inning? Oh, and you guys got it. The correct answer is the 7th inning. So this is a tradition that started back in 1946. The fans love it, so it just stuck. Our next question, how many players are on a baseball team? Is it 7, 9, 12, or 15? And the correct answer was 9. Our next question. Oh, but before that, it looks like Sunshine moved up to 4th place. And Jared now has 9 correct answers in a row. So for our next question, how many medals did China win in the 2008 Beijing Olympics? Is it 100, 113, 119, or 125? And the correct answer is 100. So this is considered the largest medal tally in Olympic history. So pretty impressive. In pounds, over what weight does a male boxer become a heavyweight? Is it 108 pounds, 200, 220, or 240? And the correct answer for that one is 200. It looks like Turkey Rick has a streak of 4 correct answers in a row. And you'll notice it's very, very close right now with the rankings, so it's still anybody's game at this point. What was Magic Johnson's jersey number when he played for the Los Angeles Lakers? Was it 13, 21, 23, or 32? And the correct answer is 32. Oh, it looks like Sunshine moved up to 3rd place, and Turkey Rick has now hit an answer streak of 5. How old was Tiger Woods when he won the Masters, making him the youngest champion ever? Was it 19, 20, 21, or 22? And the correct answer is 21. Oh, and it looks like Cat Toot moved up to 4th place. Still anybody's game. You can see how close Estelle and K are at the top. What was the first year that women were allowed to compete in the Olympic Games? Was it 1900s, 1910, 1920, or 1930? And the correct answer there was 1900s. So they could only compete in so many sports. There were only so many that were considered acceptable. So in the picture you could see that one of the acceptable sports was tennis. In American football, a touchdown is worth how many points before a field kick? Is it 5, 6, 7, or 8? And the correct answer is 6 points. Oh, it looks like Jared and the Reed Crofts have both jumped up to 4th and 5th place there. What is a perfect score in bowling? Is it 150, 160, 300, or 350? And the correct answer is 300, so it looks like a lot of you there got that one. And it looks like the leaderboard has stayed the same, but this is our very last question coming up. How many Super Bowls have the New England Patriots won? Is it 5, 6, 9, or 11? And the correct answer is 6. So they hold the record for the most Super Bowl wins, tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers, appearing in 11 Super Bowls, winning 6 and losing 5. So that was our final question, and here is our winners. We have Sunshine in 3rd, we have K and K in 2nd, and 1st place we have Estelle. So it's awesome. Excellent job, everybody. We also have Jared in 4th and Reed Croft in 5th. I'm so glad you guys could join us today. It was really fun getting back into trivia. Congratulations to all our winners and to everybody who participated. Thanks so much for playing. Now that I've started working for the Woodstock Public Library, I have taken over the trivia. So you will be seeing a little bit more trivia building up slowly, but hopefully by February we're going to be doing weekly trivia. Even if they're just little sneak peeks throughout the week. And of course, every Wednesday, hopefully, we're going to be doing trivia. For those of you who are stopping by the library before the holidays, we're still in our browse, borrow, and go model, but we would love to see you before the holidays and after, of course. Our holiday hours are also posted on our website for anybody who is interested in checking that out. As always, keep an eye out on our social media pages to see what's new and upcoming in terms of programs, especially for the new year. And again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and have a great rest of your evening. And I think that's everything on my end, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you at tons of other trivia nights coming up in the new year, so thank you so much.